የምግብ ዋስትናችንን ለማረጋገጥ በዓለም አቀፍና በአህጉር ደረጃ የተቀመጡ ውሳኔዎችን ለመተግበር በአንደኛውና በሁለተኛው እድገትና ትራንስፎርሜሽን እቅዳችን አካል አድርገን እየሰራንበት ህዝባችንን በማሳተፍ ግብርናችን በማዘመን የተፈጥሮ ሀብታችን በመንከባከብና የእንስሳት ሀብታችንን ምርትና ምርታማነት በማሳደግ እንዲሁም ደግሞ በጥራት ተወዳዳሪ በመሆን በ2030 የምግብ ዋስትናችንን ለማረጋገጥ ያስቀመጥናቸውን ግቦች ለማሳካት ሁሉንም አሳትፈን እየሰራን እንገኛለን።
During the celebrations of World Food Day this year, I would like all of us to reflect what zero hunger would mean for the world. Over the past 3 years, we have reversed the gains we made in reducing hunger in the world. In fact, since 3 years ago, the numbers have been rising again. We are now at 821 million. This is tragic and unacceptable. We need now to do all we can to go back to the trend of reducing hunger so that we reach the zero hunger target of the African Union by 2025 and of the SDGs by 2030.
I think we've made a great deal of progress here in Ethiopia over the past year, and especially since the beginning of GTP2, in addressing the issue of poverty and hunger, and hope to make significant achievements towards zero hunger by 2030. This goal is only going to be achieved by all of us working together. I believe we've done a fantastic job of that over the past couple of years, and hope that we continue that. From the ATA's perspective, our focus on systemic issues is one of ensuring that the agricultural system addresses the structural issues that create resilience and the ability to ensure that issues like climate change and the structural problems in the agricultural sector are fully addressed. So with that, I'd like to wish all of you a happy World Food Day and look forward to working with everyone as we go forward in the coming year.
Over the past years, Ethiopia has repeatedly suffered from severe shocks, climatic shocks, leaving millions dependent on humanitarian action to save their lives. IFAD invests in irrigation, in natural resource management, in access to markets and in access to finance, so that these people can invest in appropriate technologies to improve their productivity and their livelihoods. To do this, IFAD partners with the other Rome-based agencies, with other development partners, with the government, and not least with the rural people themselves, because they are the ones in the driving seat to achieve zero hunger by 2030.
On the occasion of the commemoration of the 2018 World Food Day, which comes on the theme, Our Action, Our Future, a Zero Hunger World Day by 2030 is possible. At the African Union, the declaration to end hunger in Africa by 2025 constitutes one of the key AU commitments under the 2014 Malabo Declaration on Accelerated Agricultural Growth and Transformation for Shared Prosperity and Improved Livelihoods. Ending hunger is both ethical and economic imperative. It is therefore important to keep momentum and redouble current efforts on coordination, integrated and aligned approach to enhance food security and curb malnutrition.
Eradicating hunger and malnutrition is one of the great challenges of our time. This is especially so since hunger is on the march again. From 775 million chronically hungry people in 2015 to 815 million in 2016 and then 821 million in 2017. This is tragic because we know that the world produces enough food to feed everyone. No single organization can achieve zero hunger if it works alone. Strong and sustained partnerships are vital. WFP works closely with the government and other agencies to provide nutritious food to those in urgent need. Simultaneously, we work to help the government address the root causes of hunger and build the resilience of communities so that these communities can lift themselves out of the cycle of hunger and poverty. Together, we can achieve the goal of zero hunger by 2030.
On behalf of UNICEF Ethiopia, I'm delighted to join you on this year's World Food Day to recognize and celebrate the achievements of the government and its partners in food and nutrition security in the country. As we celebrate this year's theme, Our Actions, Our Futures, a Zero Hunger by 2030, let us be reminded of Ethiopia's remarkable progress in reducing stunting from nearly 60% in 2000 to 38% in 2016, one of the fastest rates of reduction in sub-Saharan Africa. As a committed nutrition partner, UNICEF will continue to work with the government and all of our partners to end child malnutrition in Ethiopia. We will continue to render nutrition policy support and strengthening systems to deliver quality nutrition services. We are convinced that by working together, we will make history by ending child undernutrition in Ethiopia.
As we celebrate this year's World Food Day, let us remember the many ways that livestock can help the world meet the Sustainable Development Goal 2 of zero hunger by 2030. Animal source foods, milk, meat, and eggs are dense in essential micronutrients and are among nature's first foods. Providing people with greater access to these foods is a powerful way to improve human nutrition and well-being. Livestock are critical to meeting the goal of zero hunger by 2030. The International Livestock Research Institute is working with partners to bring about change in livestock-related practices, policies, and investments in developing countries. We do this by generating scientific knowledge, exerting influence, and developing capacity for more equitable and sustainable livestock development. It gives me great pleasure that today the International Livestock Research Institute joins Ethiopia and the rest of the world in celebrating this day and reflecting on how together we can contribute to a world free of hunger by 2030. A harsh zero hunger world by 2030 is possible.
257 million people go to bed hungry every day on the continent in 2017. For us to be able to get to 0% of hungry people on the continent by 2025, we will need to reduce the number of hungry people by 8% every year. Today we do 1.5%, so Africa needs to double its efforts to be able to ensure that by 2025 we meet the target of zero hunger. The first is to ensure that farmers in particular have access to their assets. They have land, their land rights are secured so that they can actually invest. ECA has done work that shows that when a farmer owns its land, it invests better, productivity goes up, they actually farm goods that are good for themselves, they can sell it, and they can also consume better. Once families eat their staple foods and foods they're used to eating, they not only have a meal, but they actually do have a balanced meal that ensures that the issue of malnutrition is forever put aside.
World Food Day is celebrated each year on 16 October to promote worldwide awareness and action for those who suffer from hunger. We can achieve zero hunger if we join our forces across nation, continent, sectors, and profession. But we need to redouble our effort, and this year World Food Day calls for action to get back on track. The Ethiopian government needs to continue investing in zero hunger, putting the right policies in place to target rural population and promote pro-poor investment. FAO is supporting the government effort to achieve zero hunger by providing decision makers with solid and relevant evidence through its field program. Let's continue working together. We can achieve zero hunger by 2030.